Yes, it's me. It's Ralph Williams. That's right. My name is Ralph Williams, and I am the host of the Ralph's Opinion Show and the way I see it. First, we're going to start off with Ralph's Opinion. We talk national topics, and then we're going to move into the way I see it with me, Ralph Williams, as well. And we have a lot to talk about tonight. I wasn't going to make this personal tonight, but I am once again because I have to. All right. When you pin the bear into the corner, the bear, which is me, is going to fight back here and fight his way out of the corner. So you pin me in the corner by calling me a traitor. And we'll talk about that on the way I see it. I'm not talking about it right now because we got some stuff to talk about on a national perspective and worldwide as well today. All right, here on the Ralph's Opinion Show. Welcome. It's the night before Thanksgiving. And I know everyone's ready for turkey, and so am I. I'll be at the Bonfire Restaurant tomorrow at 3 p.m. in Ocean City. Stop in, say hello, come in, get a make a reservation with them tonight. Call them, tell them you want a reservation. I know, see if they have a last-minute call for you. So stop by, say hello, shake hands. We'll take some pictures. I've already had subscribers do that. So, you know. But anyway, we're in the Mata Heating and Air Conditioning Studio, 724-2010-500, Mata Heating and Air Conditioning. Western Pennsylvania's #1 heating and air conditioning company. Give them a call today. You ought to call Mata, 724-2010-500, Mata Heating and Air Conditioning. They also offer snow melt, and they also offer UV lighting as well. So give them a call. Check them out. See what they have to offer for you, Mata Heating and Air Conditioning. We're also sponsored by Mike Dotson Realty, 410-596-1681. Mike Dotson Realty. Look, if you're coming to Ocean City next summer, call Mike today or call Mike on Friday because, you know, tomorrow's Thanksgiving. He needs to have time with his family. 410-596-1681. Give Mike a call. Tell him Ralph Williams sent you. You want to rent a short-term rental, and you better do it now because it's slowly or vastly getting booked. He's getting booked up big time because the hotels are going to raise their prices again for 2026. And you want to have to take out a double loan instead of one loan. You'll have to take out 2 loans to stay at a hotel in Ocean City. So why do that and put yourself through all that aggravation and heartache? Give Mike Dotson a call. The number again, 410-596-1681. Do it Friday. Please do it quickly. All right. Okay, also, we are sponsored by RW Media Productions is the production company involved in this today. But we're sponsored by North American Millwright. Call them today, 410-388-9870. North American Millwright is a construction and contracting company. Let me tell you something. They have done some great work on my house. All right. They'll do great work on your house. Anything you need, a kitchen put in, you need a bathroom redone, you need landscaping, you need anything. North American Millwright can handle it and will handle it for you. Call them today. That number, 410-388-9870. North American Millwright. All right. Okay. Also, Carry Insurance Group. Call Steve today. Area code 302-642-6201. That's area code 302-542. I'm sorry, 542-5201 is the number. 542-5201 is the number to call. Call Steve at Carry Insurance Group today. Give him a call. All types of insurance in the Delmarva area, the Delaware, Maryland area. They call it the Delmarva area. Great insurance agent will take very good care of you. Call Steve today. All right. Finally, our newest sponsor is BigJimsBikes.com. Give Big Jim's Bikes a call in Ocean City, Maryland. 3 locations, 410-289-1203. He runs his business season long. Call him if you're handicapped like I am and you need a motorized scooter. You're coming to Ocean City. Maybe you're coming to more for Thanksgiving, visit some family or friends down here, and you want to ride around in your handicap and you want to get around the boardwalk. You need to call Big Jim. Get a scooter. All right, there we are. Or get a bike or get anything to that, or a handicap scooter as well. Big Jim's Bikes. All right. I have a special announcement on the way I see it. The Ralph Williams show is now, it's no longer the Ralph Williams, Tony Moreno show. Tony will join me on part-time basis because he's got some things going on right now and he can't commit to the show full-time. Something special coming. It starts next week. You're going to know on the way I see it. And we're going to do part 2 of my thing on media. And then I wasn't going to go into this today, but I am. And I'm going to blast Delmarva Power because I'm going to tell you what they did to me this week. And if you live in this Delmarva area here, you might want to do what I'm going to do, because to me this is unacceptable. All right. And I want to tell you, I will blast you on the way I see it. When I find out that something is unacceptable or something that rips people off or something that does whatever, I will blast you. If you screw me over, you screw my family over, you mess with me, you mess with my family, I will blast you. So please beware. You see me around town and you want to try to rip somebody off, go do it to somebody else. Don't do it to me. And I don't want you to do it to somebody else. I want you to do it at all. Go out and get a job. All right? There's plenty of them out there. Okay? All right. Let's talk today. We got to get started with Ralph's Opinion Show. And I want to start off with this clown. And I'm going to call him a clown because, once again, here we are. What? Somebody who was trying to make do something stupid to our president of the United States by shooting at National Guard people in front of the White House in Washington, D.C. This is why President Trump gets mad and sends National Guard troops out to these cities. Okay? And I don't want to hear from the whiners out there who are complaining about these National Guard troops and these ICE people and everything else running around everywhere. Reason being is because of this type of behavior. And until law enforcement gets a grip on it, it's not going to, what President Trump does with these National Guardsmen is not going to stop. I'm waiting for him to send them to Pittsburgh because last weekend in Pittsburgh, they had light up night. And it got out of control. The police couldn't handle it. It's time for President Trump to send the National Guard to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. They have a mayor that's on his way out. He doesn't care. Didn't when he was mayor anyway. They have a new mayor coming in. But it's going to be too long, and things need to change fast. And in order for Pittsburgh to host the NFL draft next year, please, President Trump, I've urged you, and if you're somebody that lives in Pittsburgh that wants change, or someone who did live in Pittsburgh that moved out like I did, because it's unsafe, public safety, and nobody cares about, okay, and whatnot, and you don't want to wait 6 years for this to get fixed. Call President Trump, write President Trump, get a hold of him somehow, some way, I don't care how you do it, and tell them you want the National Guard in Pittsburgh. You need it there. It needs to be there. To control the streets, downtown Pittsburgh is a mess. They have an area called the South Side, which is a mess. And now people are shooting at National Guard troops who are patrolling the White House and trying to protect the leader of our country. Whether you like him or not, he's the leader of our country, President Trump. I didn't like President Biden, but he's our president. If something was to happen to him, I'd be angry on his program. I might not like a certain president. I might not like a certain individual, but I respect them. Okay? If something was happening to their family, I'd be upset. I'd pray if they were in a hospital and sick and on their deathbed. I wouldn't wish them death. Punishment, maybe, but not death. Okay? That's just my whole thoughts on this whole thing in regards to this thing. But for somebody to go out there and literally try shoot at a National Guardsman in Washington, D.C. after the chaos that's going on with the National Guard already being there, to me, that's unacceptable. Okay? That's Ralph's opinion on that tonight. Next. How about Robert Kennedy? He wants to make a healthier America. He's talking about taking sugar out of cereal. He's talking about doing whatever. You know, I had a lot of respect for Robert Kennedy until he became the health secretary, because I don't think he has any idea what he's doing. I think he's just throwing out stuff that Trump wants, which, of course, Nothing wrong with President Trump wanting something. And I get he might want a healthier America. I get that. But people are going to continue to do what they're going to do. If you like pizza, you're going to continue to eat pizza. If you like spaghetti, you're going to keep on eating spaghetti. If you like meatloaf, you're going to continue to eat meatloaf. Whatever it is you like, you're going to continue to eat, regardless of what Robert Kennedy has to say. Okay? All right? So, here we are. Robert Kennedy said, we need a healthier America. Take sugar out of cereal. What's next? Some organic stuff or whatever he wants to do. Now they're talking about this, that, and whatever. That's what they're doing. That's what we want. Have more healthier America. I had a lot of respect for Robert Kennedy when he was running for president, but I didn't have any respect for his family because his family didn't bother to support him and wouldn't give money to Joe Biden. Okay? All right. All right. I got some emails here I want to read. It says, Ralph, you keep preaching, and this is Andrew from Toledo, Ohio. It says, Ralph, you preach every week about the National Guard in Pittsburgh and all these other cities. What makes you think we need the National Guard? You want to know what makes me think about that, Andrew? I'll tell you exactly what it thinks about. The bottom line is because cities don't know how to they don't have enough law enforcement to take care of everything. Okay? All right? They don't have enough law enforcement to take care of the job itself, the job in hand. All right? And that's the bottom line right there. Okay? Bottom line is, that's why, Andrew, Toledo's no saint. They have problems in their city. Let me guess, you probably don't have enough police force to go around. There's not enough police. Because nobody wants to be a police officer because of George Floyd. Okay? That's right, because of George Floyd, because everybody made a big issue about what happened with these police beating up George Floyd. In Pittsburgh in the 90s, they made this big issue about Johnny Gamage. They made this big issue about that kid downtown that got beat, or in the Homewood that got beat up. Okay? And they turned the entire police departments across the country into the bad guy. Just because of the actions of a few. And now you got all these police review boards. Tom LaJerky checking in. Thank you, Tom. On Facebook. Okay? So what do you do now? You don't want public safety because you got too many damn, and I'm saying too many damn progressives out there that don't want police. So, Andrew, that's why the National Guard is being called out by President Trump to these cities that need help. And Pittsburgh is one of them. Toledo might be one of them. Steubenville, Ohio. I could name you probably a dozen cities just on top of my head that need the National Guard. Chicago, New York. All right. California, Los Angeles. Los Angeles is really bad. And I don't want to hear no excuses. I don't want to hear, oh, well, we don't have these problems here. Bull. You got them there. They're there. And they're not going to go away. People shouldn't live like this. People should not have to live with poor public safety in their cities. You know, Andrew, I don't know what you think. I don't know if you're a progressive. I don't know if you like the police or not. All I know is you're on me because you're mad at me because I said the National Guard needs to be deployed to Pittsburgh. You used to you even put here, you used to live in Pittsburgh. You live in Toledo now because you had to go there for a job purpose. All right. Some cities, they fixed themselves up. Good for them. Others, like Pittsburgh, have not. And I get it. Everybody in Pittsburgh's going to go, and Corey O'Connor's going to fix it. He's going to Jason Lando as his police chief. Well, it's going to take 6 years to do that. And Pittsburgh does not have 6 years. More people are going to leave because of poor public safety, poor public schools. It's in every city across the country, Andrew, not just in Toledo or Pittsburgh. It's everywhere. It's in my new favorite city, Philadelphia. And next on the next coming up next on the way I see it, I'm going to be on the city of brotherly love. And I love it because you know why? They're showing me some love. All right. something that a radio station in Pittsburgh will not show me. All right. There's one radio station that does, and I will tell you about that because we're going to do another edition of media. But I got some other things to talk about. Okay. You ever dealt with Delmarva Power? Well, wait till I tell you the stories of the nightmares of what I've had to do with Delmarva Power. How's that sound? Want to hear that? Yeah. Okay. Believe me, you're not going to want to hear that. Oh, and be very careful when today. I want to tell you another story today. When you go to Aspen Dental, just be careful there. And if you watch my Ralph report today, I talked to you about Coke. Wait till you hear what Coke is doing when you go to Walmart to buy a Coke. A cold, the cold Coke in the freezer or in the fridge there, a little sliding door at the cashier line. I always grab one to go whenever I leave from Walmart because I'm so exhausted and my eyeballs are going like this from shopping at Walmart. Okay. Who doesn't? You can't go to Walmart and just get a couple of things. You spend hundreds of dollars at Walmart because that's the way it is at Walmart. Your brain is trained when you go to Walmart or the Dollar Tree, or I'm sorry, it's not the Dollar Tree anymore, it's a $1.50 tree. See, that's false advertisement. 5 and below is false advertisement. Okay, there we are. All right, that's Ralph's opinion. Tonight, or now. Ukraine, Russia, trying to come up with a ceasefire. Marco Rubio's on his over there now, with others from President Trump's administration over there trying to talk to the Russians over there. Yeah. Why? They're trying to get this ceasefire. They're trying to get this war over. That President Trump, and this is what we're part of the good, the bad, and the ugly of President Trump tonight, because of the fact that he promised to have this war over in 24 hours once he got elected and sworn in, and it hasn't happened. Okay. Vladimir Putin, he doesn't want peace. He wants war. That's the bottom line. He does. He wants war. And that's that's all he'll accept is war. Okay, he won't accept anything else. All right, it's that simple. I mean, it's really that's the way it is right now. He wants war. If World War III was to hit him in the head tomorrow, he would endorse it. If he wanted peace, he'd be sitting down with Vladimir Zelensky, who wears the same shirt he's been wearing now for 6 years. I don't wear the same shirt that I wear for 6 years. I changed my shirt. I'm wondering when he goes to the White House, does President Trump tell me he has to take a bath? Because you know what? He always shows up with the same shirt on all the time. You ever notice that? What? Yeah. Shows up with the same shirt. Billions of dollars we gave Ukraine, and he comes to the White House with the same shirt. Okay? I don't wear the same shirt on my shows. Dan Davis is watching. Dan, thank you for tuning in on Facebook. Thank you. And those tuning in tonight here. All right? Welcome to the Ralph's Opinion, the way I see it show. First half hour, Ralph's Opinion. Second half hour, 40 minutes, the way I see it. Tonight, we have a lot to talk about on the way I see it. Right now, we're focusing on some world and national news. Ukraine, Russia. Will this war ever end? See, here's what has to happen. Ukraine, according to President Trump, has to give up some territory. And Vladimir Zelensky or Zabitsky or Zagunsky or whatever his name is, doesn't want to give up. That wears the same shirt. Doesn't want to give up any land or anything to Russia. Russia, they don't want to stop the war. But see, here's the thing that bothers me about Russia. They've had over 100,000 troops that have been either injured or killed in this war. And Ukraine is still moving because the United States gave them money during Joe Biden, weapons during President Trump. Okay? Now, President Trump has said to Ukraine, we're not going to give you any more weapons if you don't bother to at least sign a ceasefire, or at least agree to sit down, agree to do something in regards to the ceasefire. So what has happened now is the concept of trying to work this out. And working it out is not in the cards at this point. I don't think anything can happen. But I will tell you one thing: prepare yourself. Prepare yourself for World War III, because you know what? I think that could happen if Putin gets his way. I don't think President Trump's going to let him, but you better be prepared. Just like last week, we talked about federal workers not being prepared. If you have a federal job now, my suggestion to you, as I suggested last week, is to take, like squirrels take nuts and bears take fish and food and whatever, and go hibernate and put it away. Learn how to save money. Cut back on the cigarettes, cut back on the beer drinking, cut back on whatever. Cut back maybe on whatever you need to cut back on. And put your money away and start saving, because this economy, you don't know where the economy is going to go. And I'm not sitting here preaching to tell you how to spend your money. You do whatever you want, because I've already been given a lecture about how I tell people how to spend their money. I've already went through that riot act, and I'm not doing it again. So I'm not going to tell you. I'm just here to give you some advice. I'm here to tell you. So if you're a federal worker and you have a job with the federal government, and you don't want what happened this time around to happen to you again, my suggestion is for you to put money away. Start doing it. Start saving as much as you can. That's Ralph's opinion tonight. Next, the good, the bad, and the ugly of President Trump this week. Ugly, the Ukraine-Russia war that was promised in 24 hours after President Trump got sworn in, it was going to be gone. Still around. That's bad. That's ugly. Now, the new prosecutor in Georgia has refused to prosecute President Trump for what they call some election fraud, or some kind of something he did, or somebody claims he did with the election. Didn't happen that way. All right. So that's bad a little bit, because now, but the good part about this is that there's no charges being filed. The new prosecutors sent it out the door. All right. So now in Georgia, they're not going to be able to prosecute President Trump for whatever happened with this election fraud that he's being accused of doing. All right. Bad, ugly, maybe. Today, some National Guard troop got killed in front of the White House. That's falling back on President Trump because of him sending the National Guard to all these cities, which I spoke about earlier. All right. Good this week. President Trump is trying. I mean, he's really working hard to get this Ukraine-Russian war done. Over. Peace. He's trying to sit down with the Democrats and work out some kind of health care thing, because he agreed to do that as part of the government shutdown coming back, for the government coming back, and the Democrats to finally do something. It's going real well, Pensman. Thank you. Pensman's also my monitor. He's authorized to kick off or block anybody who comes on here that does not have a comment about the topic at hand. All right. Now I got another email here. This one's from Daniel, and Daniel lives in Virginia. And he says, Ralph, he says, whatever goes on in Washington, D.C. is deserving because President Trump caused this. No, he didn't. Daniel, he did not cause this problem. This problem has been an ongoing problem in Washington, D.C. for years. Crime, public safety. It needs to happen. Somebody needs to take a stand here. And you know what? I don't blame all these cities. Please don't sit there and think I'm blaming all these cities. No. There's a crisis out here. There's a crisis in medical care. There's a crisis in police. There's a crisis in restaurant jobs. There's a crisis all across the board. It's a crisis because it was created by Joe Biden, who decided to give everybody money during COVID. That is why there's the crisis of people, of professionals, teachers. Can't find teachers. It's all across the country. It's not just in Pittsburgh. You know, when I was in the hospital in Pittsburgh, I used to pick the nurses' brains, and they told me their stories about COVID. Down here, when I was in the hospital recently, picked their brain too. Told me what's going on, working conditions, what I mean? Okay? I go to the CVS, I ask them, hey, how's your job? How do you like it? Sports Nuts, Brandon Keeler. Thank you for participating. Happy Thanksgiving to you, Brandon. Look forward to joining your network, which, of course, if those of you who don't know and haven't been on for a while or participated for a while, Brandon Keeler's also on Facebook as well. All my sports programming will now be on the Sports Nuts Network. And with that comes simulcast and syndicated across the United States on some radio stations. I think one of them's in Texas, and I'm going to get the list from Brandon. Okay. So that is happening with me next week. That is going to begin to start happening next week or the week after. All right. But coming up in the way I see it, I have some news for you. I'm going to be in the city of brotherly love, and I'm going to tell you how. Because you know why? Unlike Pittsburgh, Philly is showing me some weekday love. And I'm going to tell you how that is. Also next week, next Thursday, because last Thursday I could not get on the air due to a technical glitch from Highway Radio. I will be on Highway Radio Hits next Thursday, 1 to 3 p.m. and every Thursday, playing the best music for your highway radio. For your driving the car, for you're at home, wherever you are. If you're a fan of all my shows, you'll be a fan of Highway Radio Hits and watch me play under the name DJ Fun. All right. Okay. Another bad thing that's going on with Donald Trump or President Trump, the ugly that's going on, is the aftermath of the shutdown. It's really kicking him in the head, because the reason I say that is because now everybody's blaming him for it. And the Republicans, it's so bad. Get up in Western Pennsylvania, there's 2 Republican politicians and a Democrat that are getting death threats at their homes. People are firing shots at their home, throwing stuff at their home, doing different things, threatening their kids on the street and at school. Okay? All because of this government shutdown. All right? Don't forget, tune into Pensman Sports as well. Pensman does some great shorts. He does a lot of great things. He's on my post-game show with me. We'll be on this week, 30 minutes after the Steeler game. And please don't forget, this Steeler game this week is a 4:25 start. So we will be on 30 minutes after the Steeler game, which will probably intersect with your evening programming. All right. So I just want to let you know that. Tiger Stripes Media, Brian Pettit. Brian is also part of the Sports Nuts Network. Pensman is part of the Sports Nuts Network. And now RW Media Productions is part of the Sports Nuts Network. We all are. We have our sports programming on there. Some great sports programming. Tomorrow night, or not tomorrow night, Friday night, Sports Nuts program, 7:30. Tuesday night, 7:30, Sports Nuts. Brandon Keeler has some great guests on. Okay. All right, let's go back to the comment section here. And I got some more emails. I got to tell you, you guys with the emails have been great. You know, I read off 2, and I'm going to read off one more time consuming here, because we're getting ready to wrap it up here. All right. Pensman said, please share this video and hit the like and subscribe button. Ralph Williams, RW Media Productions. Thank you, Pensman. Likewise to him as well. 2 likes and he gets the video to 20 likes. Yes, it does. You know, I was always taught, you tell one person something, 10 people know. You tell one person something bad, 10 people will know it's bad. All right. I need 2 more followers on Twitter to make 400. So please help me with that. I'm at 2333. I jumped 6 subscribers in 2 days. If I get 3 every day, I can be at 2400 in no time. Help me get to 2400. I know it's a miracle. It's a daunting task, but I'm gonna get to 2400 by the end of the year. If you don't, that's fine. I understand. I've been disappointed with my goals before, but that's fine. I'm happy with what I have right now. It's baby steps. It always is. Okay. Rome wasn't built in a day, and I've come to understand that. But there's some things I can't be patient on, and we'll talk about that on the way I see it coming up next. All right. All right. I'm Ralph Williams. I am Ralph Williams. Yeah. Let me talk to you. Coming up next, the way I see it. Please be safe. Thank you.
Welcome to another edition of The Way I See It with your host, Ralph Williams. And now, without further ado, Ralph Williams.
Oh, yeah, it's The Way I See It with me, Ralph Williams. Oh, yeah, that's right. Give it to him there, Doc Severinsen. Oh, I'm in a good mood tonight. You know it. And I think you pretty much know why I'm in a good mood if you've been watching my social media platform posts. But tonight's a great night. And no matter what people tell me, it's not going to depress me. Because I just signed a contract today. And we're going to get into that real quick here soon. But first, I got to pay a couple bills. As always, sponsors are important. Look at the bottom at the ticker tape, and you too can be a sponsor or an advertiser for all RW Media Production programming. All right. We're in the Mata Heating and Air Conditioning Studios, Western Pennsylvania's #1 heating and air conditioning company. They also offer snow melt, and they also offer UV lighting as well. 724-201-0500, Mata Heating and Air Conditioning. You ought to call Mata Heating and Air Conditioning. Ocean City, Maryland, real estate agent Mike Dotson. Call today, 410-596-1681, Mike Dotson Realty. Look, you're going to Ocean City, Maryland, hey, coming down here, please let me know. And please also let me know that you called Mike Dotson, because he has short-term rental for you. You need one. Hotel rates are going up again. Taxes are going up on the hotels, which means the rates will go up, which means they're going to dig in your pocket to where you're only going to be feeling your leg. All right. And here we are, Mike Dotson Realty. Call him. Here's the savior of your problem. Well, you won't have to take out a loan or go get a second loan, whatever kind of loan you got to go get, because you want to pay high prices at hotels. To avoid all that, do a short-term rental. Call Mike, 410-596-1681, Mike Dotson Realty. All right. All right. Also, we're sponsored by Big Jim's Bikes and Scooters, Ocean City, Maryland. He's open year-round. 3 locations on the boardwalk. Call him today, 410-289-1203 to order and reserve your scooter or bike. Or if you're handicapped as I am, I'm in a wheelchair. Those of you who don't know, reserve your bike, reserve your scooter. He has handicapped scooters available for you. So if you're coming down for Thanksgiving to visit and you want to go on the boardwalk and you're afraid, oh, well, I got to walk 6 miles. No, you don't. You don't have to, because you know why? Big Jim is your man. Call Big Jim, 410-289-1203. Big Jim Spikes. Tell him Ralph Williams sent you. All right. All right. Also, we're sponsored by the Carry Insurance Group, Ocean City, Maryland, and around the Delmarva area, Delaware as well. Carry Insurance, call Steve today. His number is 412-302-542-5201. That's 302-542-5201. Carry Insurance Group. Steve, give him a call today. And tell Steve Ralph Williams sent you. Anytime you call any of these folks, tell them Ralph Williams sent you. You heard it right here. All right. North American Millwright Construction. They've done construction on my house, contracting on my house. And trust me, if I didn't think they were good, I would not be advertising them. I would be blasting them. I'm advertising them because they're good people. All right. If you live in Maryland, if you live in Virginia, if you live in West Virginia, if you live in Pennsylvania, they offer services in all these states. Give them a call, North American Millwright. Call them today, 410 area code, all right? 410-388-9870. That's 410-388-9870. Give North American Millwright a call. Tell them Ralph Williams sent you. All right. I am. My name is Ralph Williams. Yeah, let me talk to you, because I'm Ralph Williams. And don't forget that. I'm Ralph Williams. All right. Coming up, we're going to talk some more about media. As you know, I'm struggling to get on a radio station up in Pittsburgh because for some strange reason, they don't seem to want to do any business with me or my radio agent. I don't know why. My radio agent, believe it or not, has customers or has clients that have shows on there. But when it comes to me, they don't seem to want to put anything on. They don't want me to put anything on. I don't know what it is. I don't know what I've done to them. I've done nothing. This is my 4th attempt to try. This is the first one with my new radio agent, but we'll talk about that later. We'll get into the media later on. First, I want to talk about Delmarva Power. If you live down here in Ocean City, or if you live in the Delmarva area and you need to call Delmarva Power, okay, hang on a minute. Let's see what here we go. It says shared this video and trying to get your another up should get at least up to 400 tonight. Yes, thank you, Pensman. I appreciate that. Thank you. Don't forget to tune in to Pensman Sports. Brian's petted on the Tiger Stripes Media and the Sports Nuts, and we're all part of the Sports Nuts as well. Yes, I am. I am Ralph Williams. Yeah. Let me talk to you. All right. Let me talk to you. That's exactly it right there. All right. Delmarva Power. I called them for a purpose of some business that I need to take care of. And I said, I need a paper bill. 5 times I called. 5. Didn't get a paper bill. I can't do anything else. I need this paper bill to do some important business with something in order for me to get something that I need, but I need this paper bill to show them, to show somebody or show what I need done. All right. All right, Tom, thanks for hanging out. Tom LeJerke, Dan Davis, and Brandon Keel are still on Facebook. Thank you guys for carrying on to this program. The way I see it. We're here every Wednesday, 7:30, and then at 8 o'clock, a little after, we go on the way I see it. Tonight, 9 o'clock, I will be on with Steel City Sports World. Tune into them as well. They have a YouTube page and Facebook page. I'll be on with Smoke and Jim Frazier, Claudia Rosano, Luther Dupree, Fillmore, and Big Row, and a few other people. All right. We're going to be talking about this debacle of a Steeler game that happened on Sunday. All right. So tune into that. Later on, possibly, haven't determined whether it depends on how I feel after I'm done with Steel City Sports World, and I got some other things to take care of. Every once in a while, I'm on the NFL Roundtable in Detroit with Jeremy Ballwick and the gang. All right. And we always talk about the NFL. We give our picks for the games and everything else. Give our opinions as well. All right. Jeremy's part of the Huddle Sports Network, as I am. My sports shows are also on there as well, as it'll be on Sports Nuts effective in the next week or two. I'll be on all my sports programming will be on the Sports Nuts Network from now on. All right. Okay. So Delmarva Power, I called them 5 times for a paper bill, 5 times. And what has happened is I've not received one yet. I get one, and it has a different address, or the same address, but in a different place with the wrong zip code in the wrong city. So I call them up. This was 3 weeks ago. This was before I went in the hospital. I called them up and I said, look, you sent me this thing, and the part that I need that shows that I pay the bill, that has the bill amount on it, which is what's needed, is not there. You only put it on the heading. Where I live, you put it on the heading, and that's it. The part where you mail, but you didn't put it on the bill part, which is the part that they need to look at. So I call them up. They said, Mr. Williams, you're under investigation. I said, for what? Well, we don't know that you live there. I said, listen, I've been here for 6 months, and you mean to tell me you don't know I live here? I've told you I live here. You have record that I live here. So I told them, and this is something that you need to start doing too, especially with agencies and companies that screw things up and try to dump it in your lap. You need to start fixing that yourself. Stand up to these people. I always do. And I urge you to do the same thing. All right? Either that or go get a lawyer. And let me tell you a little story here. Go get the Legal Shield. You pay X amount of money a month. It's only what, $17, I think, $20 a month, maybe. It might be a little higher than that now. And with the Legal Shield, you call and they have a local lawyer in your area that will help you with anything you need, whether it be wills, criminal activity. Let's say supposedly you're accused of stealing a pizza from an old lady or something like that. I'm just using that as an example now, please. Okay. And they want to put you in jail and take you to court and all that. You call the lawyer up, boom, ding dong, it's done. You're out of jail or whatever. Okay. That would be my suggestion to you. I'm not endorsing them. I've used them. They're nice people. When I needed help with a few things, they've helped me out. Okay. I have no issues with the Legal Shield. My advice to you is to go get them. My advice to you is do what you can to get some kind of legal representation, because let me tell you something. You don't need to be playing around with some of these people, especially people like Delmarva Power. I said, are you aware I'm handicapped? Are you aware that in order for me to get to certain services that I need for my health, they need to look at this bill and it has to be on paper. It cannot be any other way. It can't be any other perspective. It has to be on paper. So I need this bill. Well, you're under investigation. We need to see the ownership deed of your house. I said, I'm going to tell you right now, this is what I want because you screwed this up and you're going to make it right. I want you to give me my bill, put it in a FedEx envelope or a UPS envelope. It's not going to cost you that much money, and send it to my house. And I want to hear by tomorrow. Okay. All right. And one of the biggest tools in the world is, oh, all right. Okay. Thank you. Pensman. I will do that. Okay. But anyway, let me look at something here. All right, here we go. I gotta see what's going on. Oh, yeah, okay, sure. Yeah, we can do that. Absolutely. Yeah, I'll talk to yeah, I got you. So Delmarva Power says they want, so I told him, no, 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 we're doing this my way. Because 5 times you've screwed it up. We're doing this my way now. Which means you are going to send me my bill and I'm not giving you the deed to my house. I'm not showing you anything because it's none of your damn business. Okay. Now, here's the guts of these people. And it's not just here, it's all over Maryland. The guts of these people, the guts of these people to want to look at bank statements, to want to look at deeds to your home, the guts to look at, at all this stuff like this. Okay. That is none of nobody's business. And you stand up for yourself with this. I don't give a crap who it is. Okay. All right. Why is it I'm handicapped and in a wheelchair and I stand up for myself, but no one else can? All right. And I told Delmarva Power, you're going to fix this. And you're not dumping this in my lap. That's not happening. So Delmarva Power again, well, Mr. Wiliams, you got to, no. It's not what I'm going to do. It's what you're going to do. So then I asked for corporate phone number. So I call them back. I said, I want to talk to somebody in corporate because this manager's getting on my nerves. They give me 4 different phone numbers and not one of them goes to corporate. 3 of them went to that customer service line again. Okay. So so let me ask you this. What do you think they're doing now? They're aggravating the customer. They're aggravating the customer, aggravating me. And I know what you're thinking out there. Oh, Ralph, you're not getting what you want, so you're mad. You don't care, so you're mad. You just, all that other stuff. No, that's not it. That's not all of it. Okay. What it is it's the concept that I'm sticking up for myself and America is weak. Okay. Stand up for yourself. Stand up for your family. Don't let people like Delmarva Power or the DMV in Maryland or any of these other people, don't let them run over you. You tell them. I do. Okay. And I feel a little sense of satisfaction with that. I don't go home feeling, oh, well, you know what? I don't know if I could, if I could do that. You got to stand up for yourself, please. If I can do it and I'm in a wheelchair and I'm handicapped, you can do it too. All right. It's that simple. Okay. All right. It's not that hard. So now, since they want to play games with me about calling corporate, now I call the PUC, Public Utility Commission, Better Business Bureau. And yes, I made a phone call to my attorney because you know what? That is detrimental to my health. Whether you think it isn't or not, it is for me. It's a detriment to my health because there's a health agency that needs to take a look at this stuff for me to get some stuff I need for my health. You ever hear the old Italian word capisce? Capisce means do you understand? Understand what I'm saying to you today. Understand that this cannot go on. Understand. That's the way I see it tonight. All right, next. Next, let's talk about my media situation. Part 2. I know you're probably sitting there saying you're tired of hearing it. And there are some of you out there who are willing to support this and help me out here. 620 AM WKHB radio in Pittsburgh, for some strange reason, doesn't like me. I don't know what I did to them, and I did nothing. What I don't like is when you stick it to me. There was a radio station called Beaver County Radio, and yes, I will say that. I don't care what the GM says. He can squawk, he can complain, he can get mad, he can threaten legal action. I don't care. All right, Beaver County Radio, in their infinite wisdom, decided to stick it to me, and they did. I called them out, and they got mad. Oh, boy. Who cares? All right. Now this station wants to do it now. And now this other station wants to do it now. The only one that hasn't done it is 1250 AM The Answer. They've, again, and I'm going to say this, they've treated me with respect and dignity. All right? They have treated me like no other radio station has treated me. Anything I need, they do for me. Anything. Okay? Anything at all, they do for me. I don't have to ask twice, 3 times, 4 times, crawl, cry, scream, burn up their phone, burn up their emails. They do. I don't know what it is. 620 WKHB, they have a couple slots available. They had a Monday, a Wednesday, and a Friday. Boy, you know what? That's a dream for me. I could be on weekdays now with my show, which is now the Ralph Williams Show, because as I mentioned earlier on the Ralph's Opinion Show, and I'll mention it again, Tony Moreno will be joining me on a part-time basis. He's got some things he's doing, working out. He's trying to heal from the mayor's race that he lost. Okay? I'm going to let him do his thing. That's how much respect I have for Tony. All right? So it's the Ralph Williams Show again. All right? It's the dream. It's what everybody wants. I got emails coming out the yin yang. Ralph, when are you going to be on weekdays? Well, here's my opportunity. Because I can't get on a weekday slot at 1250. I'm going to stay on weekends there. They've treated me right. I have a contract. I'll honor it. I'll stay there. I'll be there. I'm not going nowhere with them. So 620 WKHB now keeps me waiting for 3 months. 3 months. I called. I talked to them. My agent's been on the phone with them. Oh, we're too busy. Oh, we got this going on. But then you got rid of that Wednesday slot that I wanted, and you got rid of it and gave it to somebody else. But you're too busy to call me. You're too busy to call my agent. My agent has other clients that are on that station. So you go figure. Go figure. All right. So you need to help me. You want me on weekdays? You want me competing with the station with the big K? You want me on more in Pittsburgh? You need to call them. You need to burn their phone up. You need to tell them, look, I will not listen to your station, and I will boycott it if you do not put this man on the air. This man needs to be on the air. All right? So, if you want me to be on the air weekdays, you've got to burn their phone up. Call them after 8 a.m. in the morning. Don't do it tomorrow. It's Thanksgiving. Of course, they may be there. It's only 2 people that run it. Okay. 724-853-7000. It's working right now. I've been told already by my agent that there has been at least 50 calls made to the station already. And a friend of mine called me and said that he called in and they had already had 2 minutes. What was it? What do you tell me? 2 to 5, 6 minutes after 8 o'clock, they already had 3 calls when I put it out the night before last week. 50 calls. When are you going to wake up, KHB? Wake up. I can help your station grow. I can help you grow. You can help me grow. We can help each other. But you don't want to communicate with us. What's the problem here, guys? So I gave him an ultimatum. They didn't like it. I said, look, you've been keeping me hanging for 3 months. And you know what? I'm going to move on. And I did. Because they took away that Wednesday slot and stuck it in my butt. Here's where I'm going. In Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, WWDB 860 AM Talk Radio. I signed a contract today. Gave it to my agent today. Sent it to him today. It'll be Wednesday, 3 to 4 p.m., starting next Wednesday on WWDB AM Talk Radio 860 AM, the Ralph Williams Show. Okay? We'll talk about what goes on in Pennsylvania. Governor Shapiro. You want him to be president, but look at what he's done in the state. Look what he did when he was attorney general. Take a look at that stuff, folks. See, people don't look at those things, but then they go ahead because, oh, he's a Democrat. Oh, Josh Shapiro. Oh, you know what? And if you listen to the progressives, even though he's a moderate or whatever, or liberal or whatever, you know, I don't know, left wing, right wing, middle wing, up wing, down wing. I don't care what wing. Okay. All right. Here we are. How are you? All right. Yeah, there you go, Pensman. Thank you. Pensman's my monitor. He says, stay on the topics. All right. Quit sending me this goofy stuff. I don't want to hear it. But here's what bothers me now. Now that I'm on this Philly station and I start next Wednesday, I'm getting a bunch of emails from people. Okay. All right. Thank you. Okay. Now I'm getting emails that I'm a traitor. Oh, Ralph, you abandoned ship. Oh, Ralph, you moved to Ocean City. I moved to Ocean City because I moved here for safety purposes. I moved there because to help my health. My A1C has gone down. My diabetes. Today, it was 70 degrees here. What was it up in Pittsburgh? What, 20 degrees, 30 maybe? Yeah. We got 2 days of cold coming this week, and guess what? We're back in the 60s next week. Okay. All right. Other than a few bad winters here, there has never been that bad of winters. 50, 60 degrees. People run around in shorts and sandals around here. I don't choose to do that. Once it gets below 70, I don't run around in shorts. And once it gets past October, I don't run around in shorts. That's just the way I am. Okay? Don't choose to. Because that's how you get a cold. That's how you get the flu. That's how you get, your health gets bad. Because you do run around in shorts and sandals in the middle of winter. All right? This is in Florida. Okay? All right? So, here we are. Here we go. Now I'm a traitor. I had 10 emails today from people saying I'm a traitor. So did you not listen to what I just said about 620 KHB, about the Big K, and about a couple other radio stations who did this to me up in Pittsburgh? I got tired of being Pittsburgh's redheaded stepchild in the media. So since other than 1250, the answer, who can't provide me with the weekend slot, but weekends they do, and again, nothing against them. That's their policy. That's what they want to do. Good. Okay. I'm looking for weekdays so I can compete with the Big K. I'm already taking the ratings on the weekends already. And I got 3 shows going on. I got the Ralph Williams show Saturday, 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. on 1250 The Answer, 92.5 on the FM dial, and 1250 PGH, the Answer, PGH.com. Saturday, 2 o'clock p.m., Sports Corner Radio Show with me, Ralph Williams, Smoking Jim Frazier, Claudia Rosano, Luther Dupree. Where are we stealing the ratings off of the Big K, off of that one, and off of 93.7 The Fan. How's that? Now I want their weekdays. That's what you get when you mess with me. Okay? That's what you get when you poke at the bear. So 620, you would still want to do everything. Go ahead, do it your way, do it the way you want to do it. You want, you want programs nobody listens to? Or do you want a program where everybody listens to? That helps your station get more ratings, more viewers, more whatever, more listeners, however you want to do it. You don't want to do it that way. You want to make me wait, make me sweat it out. My patience is thin. It's been thin since I retired from 35 years of customer service and dealing with idiots, morons, and degenerates. Okay? My patience is thin like that. And it's thin now because time is running out. The older I get, time is running out for me to do what I want to do to make money in media, which I never made. Okay? So I'm a traitor now because I went to Philly, because Philly was able to accommodate me. It's called the city of brotherly love. They're giving me some love. Even though I'm from Pittsburgh and I live in Ocean City, they're giving me love now. And I can't say I don't have, my agent didn't have anything to do with that. He did. I can't say I have friends that have shows there. I do. But they give me more love and more than 620 WKHB. So you want me on their station, keep burning up their phone until they get it up here that I am good for them. You don't have to like me, but you can respect me, that I will help you help yourself. How many times have I tried to help people and they read me the riot act or they call me an idiot? I've already given you examples of that. Okay. That tonight is the way I see it. 724-853-7000. Burn the phone up at WKHB and tell them they're getting calls from all across the United States. Some people can listen online. All right. Because Pittsburgh's not giving me no love. So I got to go to the city of brotherly love. And that's where I'm going. 12:50 a.m. The Answer. They give me a lot of love. Yes, they do. They respect me. They treat me with dignity. Anything I want, they do for me. I can't deny that. And again, I will give you kudos for stuff like that. But I will also blast you when I need to. And I'm blasting them tonight. Okay. I have had a great day. Thank you. Yes, I have. I have had a great day. I signed a contract today to put my show on a Philadelphia radio station, and I'm from Pittsburgh. And I live in Ocean City, Maryland, because it's safe down here. And the weather's 70 degrees in the wintertime, or in November. That's why I live down here. I get to see the ocean every day. Okay? Thank you, Pensman. That's why he's my monitor. He takes care of it, does his job. Do your job now. I got a job for you. Even to you lazy people, this shouldn't be hard. I know you don't like me, but you respect me, and you know it. You like what I have to say. That's why you tune in. Well, you tune in because you want to hear what I have to say next. Yeah, you do. You know you do. So what I have to say now is 724 853 7000 620 WKHB. Call them. Burn up that phone. Burn up the phone so bad they'll have to disconnect it. And I don't think they will. They're getting calls from everywhere. Idaho, Alaska. I got fans up in Alaska. I can name you every person up in Alaska who tunes into my show. Eric, Rob and Sarah, Timmy and Eden. Okay? Paul, Mike. I just named you, what, 8, 9, 10 people in Alaska that listen to my program or watch my shows. Okay? That listen, that care. You might not like me, but respect me and at least care about the fact that my passion is to be on weekdays. That's why I'm going to WWDB. I want you to look at this, and I want you to look at it carefully. You know why? Because Pittsburgh failed me. Other than 1250, Pittsburgh has failed me. Treated me like a redheaded stepchild, and they're doing it now with 620. Beaver County Radio tried to do it and didn't get away with it. Okay? WWDBAM Talk 860. They also have a YouTube channel, too. All right? They have talk shows galore. All right? It's talk radio here. And I'm going to be on drive time 3 to 4 on Wednesdays. Isn't it funny? It's funny, funny, funny. I'm a funny man. Okay? But it's funny. It really is, don't you think? I think it's funny. I think it's funny because how in the world do you justify doing that to me? Making me wait 3 months and you haven't called me. I call you and you go, wow, you know, Bob is busy. You know, he'll get to you. Bob picks up the phone. We're on the phone for 2 hours. You know? Yeah, yeah, you know. Okay. 2 hours we're on the phone. I keep calling. My agent keeps calling. My agent keeps calling. I keep calling. Oh, I don't know. We'll see. I was supposed to be Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Then the Wednesday slot's gone. What? You forgot about me? Gave it to somebody else. So now they got Monday and Friday. So what are you going to do next? Well, we gave that to somebody else. Why didn't you give it to me? What's the problem here, folks? You want to do it to me too? Is that what this is? 724-853-7000. Call them tonight. Leave it on the voicemail. They have one. Burn it up to where, well, the message is full and cannot take any more calls. That's right. That's because you want me on the air. That's exactly it. Okay. And you know what? I'm going to call them and I'm going to tell them I'm on Philly station because you didn't give me that Wednesday slot I wanted. I wouldn't have had to go to Philly if you did that. You know, there's a lot of people out there that are complete idiots, morons, degenerates, and whatever, and a-holes. But they get their cake and eat it too. Why can't I? Why can't you? Okay? You know, I'll take an inch if it leads to a mile. But sometimes I take an inch and I don't get that mile. When it comes to media in Pittsburgh, I don't get that mile, but I get that little inch. That little inch. That's exactly what I get. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. My name is Ralph Williams. I am the host of this show. I am the host of many shows on RW Media Productions. And now we'll be on all my sports programming, including Wrestle Talk, will be on the Sports Nuts Network. We're also on the Huddle Sports Network. All right. We're on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, X, the Kick Network, Huddle Sports Network, and also I upload my sports programming on the Amped Up Sports as well on your Facebook page. So I'm like Action News. I'm everywhere. Okay. But I can't get away from that little inch to make a mile out of it. But I mean, I'll take the inch because if that's all I can get, I'll take it. I'm content with it. I'm content. You see what I'm saying? That's what happens if you believe in God. God will make you content. And I'm content with what I have. I'm content with what I'm doing. But what I'm not content with is when I'm getting this. And that's what's happening right now. And that's one of many reasons why I left Pittsburgh. I did a show in May called The Top 10 Reasons Why I Left Pittsburgh. Public safety was one of them. Being treated in the media like a redhead stepchild was the other. That's just two. But there's other reasons. It's a do-nothing city. The politicians don't care. They do nothing about nothing. Okay? All right. My health is better since I've been down here. My wife's anxiety is better since we've been down here. The ocean air and the desert and the sand and the beach and the ocean itself. It's cleansing. I can go out on my front deck and I can sit there with a soda in my hand, a diet soda, or some tea, or a bottle of water, and I can sit there and I can listen to the ocean. Ask my friend Pensman. He'll tell you. I can hear the ocean right on my front deck, and he's been there to hear it with me. I don't have to worry about my packages getting stolen. I don't have to worry about gunfire every night. I don't have to worry about calling the police and getting somebody on the phone when they come to your door. I can talk to an officer face to face. I don't have to worry about homeless people causing problems. I can go downtown to Ocean City and it's safe. I can go to downtown Berlin and it's safe. I can go to downtown Salisbury and it's safe. I can go anywhere and it's safe. I can pick and choose when I want to go out. I don't go downtown when there's festivals going on in downtown Ocean City. I stay away from it because of the traffic. I got lucky. 4th of July weekend, I went to meet Pensman and Mrs. Pensman down on the boardwalk. And I got lucky, got a parking spot. Okay. But I got lucky. And you know what I always say, if you haven't listened to my sports programs, it's better to be lucky than good. Sometimes I'm good and sometimes I'm lucky. And sometimes I have a bad day. And I've had bad days. But don't make me, I'm going to quote Judge David Cashman, a former Allegheny County Common Pleas judge. I went to a hearing because an ex-girlfriend of mine, her son, was involved in some criminal activity. And we went to the hearing. It was in front of Judge David Cashman. And he went to this kid and he says, son, he said, today is your lucky day. You know why? Because I'm having a good day. And if I'm having a good day, your day is going to be good. But if I'm having a bad day, everybody's day is going to be bad in here because I'm going to make it that way. Okay? I don't so much make it that way, but if you make my day bad, I'm going to make yours bad. Okay? You play games with me like Delmarva Power has been, I'm going to make your day bad. You mess with me like Atlantic General Hospital did, I'm going to make your day bad. Okay? They learned their lesson at Atlantic General. Delmarva Power's going to learn their lesson, and the DMV is going to learn their lesson. That I don't fool around. I don't take it to where I run out of KY jelly. And if you know what KY is, you understand what I'm talking about. I don't take it like that. And you shouldn't. And I urge you not to. And I'm not, and you shouldn't either. So if that's a lesson you learned from me today, that's the way I see it. You have yourself a great night. Thank you. And don't forget, 9 o'clock, Steel City Sports World, YouTube, Facebook, me, Ralph Williams. Hosted by Luther Dupree. I'll be a guest on the show, as I always am, every Wednesday at 9 o'clock. Claudia Rosano, Luther Dupree, Smoking, Jim Frazier, Fillmore, and Big Row. We got a lot to talk about, a lot of discussion about the Steelers game against the Bears and more. Coming up at 9 o'clock. Don't forget, tune in. Have yourself a great night. And please, by all means, be safe. And I'll see you next week. And please, have a happy and safe Thanksgiving. Please. And I'll be at the Bonfire Restaurant in Ocean City, Maryland, 3 o'clock p.m. Stop by, say hello. See me out in the parking lot. You can't get in the restaurant, say hello. All right. WWDBAM, Talk 860. Yeah. I'm coming to your city. Yes, I am. All right. You have yourself a great one. Philly, I'm coming. I'm coming to the city of brotherly love. Yes, I am. Wednesdays, 3 to 4 starts next Wednesday. You didn't want me at KHB. You wouldn't give me that Wednesday slot I asked for that you had available. As soon as I find another Monday and a Friday slot or another weekday slot somewhere else, you can eat it. If this phone thing doesn't work, you can eat it. And I'll take the blame. And I'll admit I was wrong. I thought maybe that might be something that might help. But it's worth trying. 724-853-7000. Have a good night. Please be safe. Happy Thanksgiving.
We're coming to your city. Gonna play guitars and sing you a country song. We'll all be flying and if you want a little bang in your yin yang, come along. Well, we flew through Cincinnati and we all got really happy. Grabbed a bowl of that skyline chili along the way. Then we rolled on into camp and scared the hell out of Marilyn Manson, and the party started happening. Hey. And in the middle of a Charleston night, we ran into Jessica White, and a little moonshine got us right from smack inside. And we're coming to your city. Gonna play our guitars and sing you a country song. We'll all be flying higher than a channel. And if you want a little bang in your yin yang, come along. Well, we broke down in Greenville in the middle of a hayfield, but a Bud Light truck pulled up and helped us out. So we headed up to Philly, party down like real hillbillies, brought the music mafia and rocked it out. Oh, and Chippewa's where we go when we're up in Buffalo. Don't you know those Yankees drink enough to drive? Yeah, we're coming to your city. Gonna play our guitars and sing you a country song. We'll all be flying higher than a jet. And if you want a little thing in your yin yang, come along. Come along. Listen up. Now LA's got the freaks that pinks and $15 drinks, and San Antonio is a wild, wild rodeo. And in Phoenix, Arizona, we drank way too much Corona, and we woke up by the river and just anymore. And we're coming to your city. Gonna play our guitars and sing you a country song. We'll all be flying higher than the jet. And if you want a little thing in your yin yang, come along. Yeah, yeah, we're coming to your city. We're gonna play our guitars and sing you a country song. We'll all be flying higher than a jet. And if you want a little thing in your yin yang, if you want a little thing in your zang zang, if you want a little thing in your chang chang, come along, come along, come along, come along. Yeah, we're coming to your city.